turning back.
All right, we are at it again.
We're back
on our raucous schedule this summer, man.
I know. It's good because, like, you know, our positivity with each other stays intact.
Yeah.
Knowing that we're just making adjustments as life goes on. And we talked about this so many times that there's not much we can do with schedules and just what you're going through. And my, you know, we had an impromptu trip to Mexico.
Yeah.
That we ended up taking. But at the end of the day, we forge forward.
Yeah. You
right?
kind of have to, right? You can't stay static, right? And you're right. I think the only thing we could do is maybe adjust how we record, but I think, you know, that may not be as true to the nature of how our podcast works.
I agree.
And just kind of how we bullshit and
I agree.
Come up with ideas and
it's only another couple of weeks, and then we're like, it's like it never even happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It literally in a month and some change, it's like it'll be that little tick mark on your little lifeline.
Yeah.
And how long will you even remember what happened in that, you know, year and a half time span, some change of time span?
Yeah.
I don't know. Life moves on so fast.
It does. It does. I'm counting weeks. Because like every Monday I know I have to be in the clinic, right? Sure. You know what I mean? So it's like weird how I'm living my life, like kind of like counting down this calendar.
Sure.
I really kind of struggled with like, okay, I need to get my body back.
Sure.
I need to get myself back. How do I get myself back in order? And I really feel like my attention span lately has just been, I haven't had the attention span for anything.
Yeah. I mean, and you're living, like you said, you're living a pretty like, this is my pattern. So my pattern is 4 weeks of nothing, 4 weeks of something. So it's got to feel like you are this roller coaster of forgetfulness.
Dude, it's
been the fact that like, I mean, you're basing your weeks on a 4 week time frame. Yeah. Right. There's no long-term plans.
No.
It's not like you can go, okay, in 6 months, I need to make sure I'm this. No, it's like, no, in 6 weeks, I need to make sure that I get to ring that bell.
Yep.
And walk away cancer free, which I'm sure at this point, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then also, man, one thing I was wondering is, do they wean you off of everything, or is it cold turkey? Let's fucking go.
That's a good question. I think there's certain things they're going to probably have to wean me off of a little bit, right?
Especially the thing you were talking about the last podcast where is it Atra?
Atra. Yeah. So I'm off the Atra now. It's weird because it's a 2 week on cycle, 2 week off cycle.
Okay.
When I'm off, like I've been off of it now for a week.
You start seeing colors different.
Dude, it's night and day. It'll be interesting. So when I end the session and I start my first week free, I go back on the Atra. So check on me then and let's see. We'll run a little experiment.
That's right, because you're a week. You go next week off Atra, but you're also on your
I'm on
your cocktail of medicine.
Yep. So I'll get off the cocktail, but I'll have to start the Atra again. Oh. And so that'll be a good.
It's funny because I can almost hear in your voice that you're off of it. You know,
I mean, dude,
I honestly can. I can hear. There's a difference in your tone. When you're on Atra, your tone is very abrupt.
Yeah.
Very abrupt. Very like,
Kurt. Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be like, whoa. You know, and I don't take any personal feelings towards it. I just think to myself like, oh, just gonna give. I make sure I call you a little bit more. But I can hear in your voice that you don't have that response of things. You know?
It's been one of those things like uncovering this. I don't know. They prescribed. I guess I think we talked about this last time. They prescribed the mood stabilizers and those kind of things.
I thought it was going to be cold down here, dude.
It's not. I don't know what's happened.
I got to take my jacket off. This jacket's a little bit warm.
It's a good-looking jacket.
To show the old school Park City Train High.
I love that.
This is my favorite shirt. Not to cut you off.
No, I love that one.
I got really hot there for a second.
Dude, it is warm.
Yeah.
It is warm, and we have to turn the AC off in our janky studio because otherwise we get the in the background. That's where we're at in this. We're professionals. We're not that professionals.
Yeah. So that weaning off period, I wonder what that's going to look like for you.
Yeah. I've noticed that they've started cutting the arsenic down too.
Oh.
So like the arsenic was like 16 milligrams, 15 milligrams. I think at the end, like it was like 14 on Friday.
Oh, wow.
So I'll see if maybe I'm at 14.
And then it's a little bit tailed off. Man, how great would that be if it's a little tailed off?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you also, this is brand new. You also have asked them to take the portion out so that you can actually do things. We are not 100% positive that we should be doing these things, but at this point we don't give a fuck.
I told Brigida, who you met.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you met Brigida.
Yeah.
I told her that I was training jiu-jitsu, and she's like, "You're not doing contact yet, are you?" And I was like, No, I'm not.
I'm not shaking my head yes or no.
Yeah.
I don't. And you said, don't respond to that.
Yeah.
It's got to be the fact that your body is under some duress.
Yeah.
And they'd be worried about you hurting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Things are a little wacky.
Still the immune system, right?
It's got to be.
Still the immune system. And when I'm on the cocktail of drugs, my immune system just plummets. So,
sure. But at this point, we're not trying to rat anybody out, but the fact that you're able to be like, you know what, I'm still going to live. And what's important to me is my mental health, my mental strength, and the ability to process my emotions the only way that I know how, which is at this point, jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
So I trained no-gi with Nick. It was my first day back on the cocktail. So I had my 4 weeks off and I trained, and everyone was like, dude, I can't believe you've been rolling around with freaking arsenic rolling around in your body. I think I probably did 14 rounds.
Sure.
I mean, it was just awesome to just be back on the mat. I did selective rounds with certain guys. Wednesday, I wasn't quite as healthy. I was able to just sit in professor's class. I've been using medical marijuana, obviously, to help with nausea, to help with just the pain in my stomach, and my weird bones hurt from time to time. So, not that I'm justifying it, but it makes me kind of like I can work. Like it's nice because I can kind of fight through it. But if I'm not like actively trying to stay awake, I will get kind of drowsy. And so like I'm like I can be stoned at home watching TV, or I can be stoned at jiu-jitsu. And it felt like the safe place to just be able to take my gummy, sit and watch the guys roll, and just be part of the community. And just like I needed it. I hope
you continue with it, whether you roll or not. I hope that your plan is to. I know that you've signed up for you are competing. You have committed to the competition.
Yeah. I reinstated my fees.
Let's go.
Yeah. So we're doing this. Dude. I told.
And thankfully we have an academy that we're able to, when you needed to take a moment off. But here's the other thing is it is your community.
It's 100% my community. These people showed up from day one.
Sure.
In such amazing ways. Phone calls, text messages. It was overwhelming, but filled me with so much gratitude. Mm-hmm. Filled me with so much gratitude. And I know there were people that stayed away intentionally because I said, hey, this is overwhelming, and didn't come say hi, or, it did what we asked. And those that were concerned and did do that, like, please feel free to reach out now. If you're, we haven't connected yet, like I'd love to catch up and just say thank you, because I've definitely felt the good mojo.
Right. And now moving forward with that in your mindset, it's also going to take you to because the reality is like, when you compete, we compete, but and we want to compete for the right reasons. But also to be understanding that you're not going out there just to roll over and be like, oh, I'm getting a participation award. No. You're going to go put some effort into getting your body back the way that you wanted it, getting your mind back the way you wanted it.
Yeah.
And then fighting through the adversity that's going to come with training, full speed ahead.
Yeah.
You'll have November, December, January, February, 4 months.
4 months.
4 months to get your mind right. So it's good to start getting that going on.
I've got to get in. My goal is to get back in 3 days a week.
Good.
3 days a week.
Even if you're just there, like being a part of the when I was talking to Mike about things, and him and I always have like really amazing conversations.
Yeah.
He's like second. I don't know another person that takes the time that he does and responds as quickly as he does for me. Like, I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I have so many questions, and I was telling him about the fact that, you were thinking about that, and he's like, remind him that it's not a participation award. We're going out there to have fun, but for sure you're going out there to fight. You better have the right reasons to do it.
Yeah.
Because if not, then you'll find reasons to not do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have a competitive spirit. You did compete prior to cancer, and I think you're going to compete after. I think that I think that it's part of who you are as a person to self-regulate some of those emotions that you deal with that aren't always like, I can't find the answer in the book, because for all intents and purposes, a lot of times you want to find the answer in the book.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's not there.
No. Yeah. Yeah. I've been accused of having, joining the cult of, what is it? Self-care.
Self-care. Yeah. And I tease you a lot because I'm like, hey, maybe this is not a therapy answer. It's just a fucking live and fuck it mentality.
I think you're absolutely right. I want something more than just like going to compete. That's what I did before. Mm-hmm. Wherever I was at, I competed. Like, no, I want something intentional here. I've reached out to the nutritionist that, the hospital provides. Like, I am working on like, how do I build a fight camp? Mm-hmm. Like if I were, one of these guys training Trip or Nick, or like, that's what I was talking to Nick about. Like, how do you build a fight camp to lead up to this? I've got to make weight. I mean, I put a pretty big weight goal there. Like, I've got to be in competition to be able to keep the cardio up. Mm-hmm. And we just watched 7 minutes of no-gi Jiu-Jitsu, and it's kind of boring, but like boring. It's a cardio push, right? It's very emotional. Yeah. It's emotionally driven. Yes. Right. And ups and downs in fights happen, mm-hmm. And you got to weather the storms. They talked about that a lot, like whether this position. Okay, now it's time to go. Okay, no, maybe it's time to relax. Maybe it's time to like gather your thoughts, and then now it's time to go. Yeah. You have to be able to like really hit those fast firing thoughts. Yeah. But I do believe that that it would behoove you a ton to have your community around, but also to live in a fight camp. Like live with a diet, with a goal every day, every week of cardio, with a goal of like, okay, this is what I'm going to do to ensure that I'm healthy when I go compete. Yeah. I think it'll be so good for you. Yeah. I think that it will take away all the bullshit that that's happened in this last, 3-4 years of just turmoil up and down. Me, I always go back to God just being like, no, Tyler, you're not ready yet for a break. I'm going to teach you I'm going to give you another thing that you may not want, but right now you currently need. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's kind of what I told Tristan today is like, God doesn't give us what we think we are ready for. Yeah. He gives you what he thinks you need to learn. Yeah. The lessons that you need to learn, and that's just the way it is. Yeah, I believe that 100%. I believe that as a dad, I've had to learn so many things with my boys of like how to handle certain things that they're going through. That I'm like, man, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I trust my instincts. Sometimes I fuck it up like royally, Yeah. Sometimes I get it right, and and I think that that's where you're at right now in this whole journey, is just learning and not the way that you want to. Yeah. Well, I can't keep questioning myself. Like, what does rock bottom look like? I mean, I don't, there's people that have disgusting rock bottoms, right? Like but things have been heavy for sure. And you're dealing it. It's not like you can it's not like you have this, like you have a community that you work to, but you're literally fucking by yourself figuring this shit out. Which if we go back to all of the things that you wanted was to be able to like hold this ground stoically Yeah.
by yourself.
Yeah.
And you had the church prior to things, you had Nick prior to things, you had your parents prior to things, you had your ex-wife prior to things, you have your kids, and they were able to help you, but you always have been this guy that was like, no, I want to be able to do these things on my own. And maybe that was the lesson, is like, we're gonna teach you how to be a powerful man,
independent,
and be okay with who you are as a person. Which, you know, I mean, I'm stoked for who you are as a person. But you know, I'm not the guy that gives you the lessons.
I don't know. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do.
I definitely know that myself. Like I'm, you know, like, oh man, that lesson hurts. You know, or you know, my friends are going through things, or a lot of times, because of my role in people's lives, people will call and tell me things, and I'll be like, oh man, that's a rough one. And I'll be like, I'll go back to, I'll go to like things that you told me, which would be, do you want my response or do you want me to listen? You know, I know for a fact, one of the biggest things that I would do is I would give you advice without you asking me for advice. I would just be like, well, I'm going to give you advice. And a lot of times I could tell in your face if you were like, fuck that, I wasn't ready for that. You know, my boys especially. You know, my boys especially. I can tell the tone that they give me, the input that they give me back. That they were not ready. But I also can tell when they were like, oh, I really appreciated that, Dad. You know, and so I think that
those glimmers. It's so amazing. I like to watch you kind of handle your sons and how you approach it. And it's nice to have that roadmap as I work with Ben and my own son, you know, to try to kind of grow into a more of an adulthood, right? Like, I think you teach those lessons, right? There's certain lessons we have to teach, that we should teach, and they're not going to be nice lessons sometimes. And they may not be delivered at the right moment. And they may not be delivered with the most tact, but we're going to work on it together. I'm going to teach you the lesson, and hopefully me teaching it to you is better than the world teaching it to you.
Because guess what? World doesn't give a fuck.
They zero. They have zero to give.
Zero, right? And the other thing is like, we can always go back to what we said. What we've always said is like, this might be the first time that I'm doing this. So I'm probably gonna not do it correctly. But by the 10th time, you know, I may be okay at this thing. And then something else comes in the way.
You have to get reps.
That's what's happening to you right now. Also, is like your own things that you're going through. You may not get it right the first time. But by hopefully the 50th time, you're moving upwards.
Right?
You know?
I mean, right now it's just like the claw to the attention span, like trying to just, I have to like, so often my brain just wants to shut off. And I know it's because my nervous system is just under attack constantly.
And I mean, not to give a bunch of excuses, but the heaviness of life that's been dealt the last 3 years, plus on top of that, now you're on this pill that's supposed to add to the way you deal with it.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right? Stress can be measured in both time and duration, right? And intensity, right? And the more you compound it, it's not always building. We're not always building diamonds with that kind of stress, right? It can be very dangerous. It can be very unhealthy.
Do you think it's a genetic makeup that you like are a survivor fighter? Or do you think that it's just like you're so driven? Because sometimes I wonder like what caused the man to be like, I'm giving up. This is it. Today is my last day and I don't have anything left. And I'm going to go do something to myself or to others to ensure that, like, I mean, at what point did they go, you know what, I've had enough and I don't got no more fight in me? Or do you just think to yourself, nah, I always have fight. I always have fucking fight.
No, because I remember a distinct experience I had my last competition where I was sticking my hand out like ready to tap, and Mike's like, no, don't put your hand out like that. And I pull it in, and I lasted maybe a few more seconds, 10, 15 more seconds before I finally tapped. But I was just getting crushed by this guy. I mean, he was easily, you know, he felt like 20 pounds heavier.
So you think innately you, Tyler, are built to fight through everything, even because I guess like if we go dark, right? If we go really dark, at what point did a man get to suicidal thoughts, suicide?
Yeah.
Or let's say he's like, you know what, I'm going to take somebody else's life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a genetic code, or is it innately that you're like, do you think it's just, at what point did they get, I struggle with that sometimes of like, what point did they like, no, fuck this.
Where did it go? And I only bring up that story because it was a time where I made the mental choice before I made the physical choice.
Sure.
Right. So I recognized when the switch flipped for me
Yeah.
that I was like, I'm done suffering. I don't have to do this suffering. Right.
Yeah. Well, and going back to jiu-jitsu, your number one job is to stay healthy, to stay alive, and to, come out of this thing with the ability to still fight.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So innately, that may be who your personality is.
Yes.
Like, okay, I'm going to tap out right now.
Yeah.
In Tristan's fight today, I could tell when it was like, he wanted to, he's keep fighting. And then it was like, he tapped and I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
God, what if you get yourself hurt?
Yeah. He was purple. He was,
yeah. Like, man, made a mistake. It's okay.
Right.
Keep fighting for another day.
Right.
So like that's ingrained in you. You know?
Yeah.
But is there looking back at your thoughts of, people that or things that you've done?
Yeah.
At what point did the person go, you know what? Life has gotten to me too much, and I'm gonna go ahead and excuse myself from life.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and punch my ticket. I mean, I don't.
And we don't have to go too dark on it. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, because there's been some really, obviously I grew up in the age of Columbine. We've talked about Columbine. We have this wasn't there a new one that was just recent? I don't know. I don't watch the news. It's just,
It's always something.
It felt like there was just a new one and that just happened. I mean, I don't know. It seems to be bullying. I don't know. The world seems to think that like these people are getting bullied into it. And I just don't know. I just don't know if it's they crack to the pressure. I mean, I guess they hit a temporary psychosis. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's not temporary. Maybe it's a long-term. The human experience is fucking wild. And it's complex. And it's unique.
And you know what else is like, what if it was just one simple experience that could have went either way? Somebody being like, hey, are you all right? To him just being like, yeah, I'm not going to ask you.
Yeah.
And what if that one experience could have changed their entire trajectory of their life? I think about that a lot too.
Yeah.
I think to myself, like, man, I want to be that trajectory. I want to be that experience that changed the trajectory of your life.
Yeah.
For the better.
Yeah.
Right. Which is sometimes why I'm okay, like answering phone calls or like talking to people.
Yeah.
Like new experiences or things. I believe that, myself that God has a purpose, Yeah. And when you're doing your purpose, that you're like, oh, I feel so good about this, right?
Yeah.
And when you're not.
Yes.
Right. And I know that actions and reactions are swift.
Yes.
When I'm not.
Yeah.
When I'm doing shit that I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Searching the internet for porn and stuff. It's like instant in my life. It feels like. And I don't know if it's subconsciously or just consciously that I make that decision. But with men especially, because as we're going through this whole thing of like ups and downs, they happen so frequently. Ups and downs, they happen so frequently that your ups can be really, really high ups and your downs can be really, really low downs.
Yeah.
And what if you get caught in one of those scenarios? A really, really high where the fall is going to be so far.
Yeah.
Or really, really low that the climb is going to be so
I mean, I think we've talked about this. It's interesting you bring this up because I think Professor said something to me on Wednesday about like I rolled with him for the first time and we're just kind of flowing and he's, coming to the top and I'm coming to the top and he's like, that's why we bow to the mat, right? Like we bow to the mat because we have these ups, we have these downs and we come to jiu-jitsu to kind of work through some of these things.
Crazy.
And I'm like,
cool way to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
and as long as we never give up or, tap out on jiu-jitsu or tap out on life, then we can always like accept those things.
And I'm watching like this tournament that Tripp just participated in. Congratulations to him, by the way. Like so proud of him and Nick, like way to represent class acts. Incredible spirit.
They definitely left their mark.
Yeah. 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 Nick was looking ripped.
I know.
But I'm like, they're all like, this is great for the sport of jiu-jitsu. I want it to grow. But I'm like, there's part of me that I don't want it to. I selfishly want this to be my little space, my little monk. This is where we have our own, sanctuary and keep it to myself. But it's good.
And like, it's definitely for the right mindset men.
Yeah.
You better be so humble when you step on the mat.
Yeah.
And you better be able to like really, really, really let your ego like go ahead. Or else you're gonna have a pretty rough career.
Yeah.
Probably not gonna last very long.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think that sometimes you're like, okay, you're not the right fit for our academy.
Yeah.
Like it's clear you're not the right fit.
Yeah.
And so let's go ahead and like make this as fast as possible for you to go ahead and fly away, little butterfly.
Ascend to your next level.
Yeah, go ahead. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think we both know men that we'd be like, oh, I would encourage you to come, but your day would be horrible.
Yeah.
Because if you walked on the mat, I would hurt your feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like not a good way to look at it either. You're like sizing guys up about like, oh yeah, I'd fuck you up.
I do that every time I roll past the elementary school. I'm like, oh, I don't see you. You don't look like you train. Well, you're not Ray. You're not Ray.
That's right. One of my friends was asking me, he was like, I feel like, he's quite a bit bigger than me. Yeah. Quite a bit bigger. He's like, I feel like I would hold you down and just smush you. And I was like, I know. I get that you feel that way. And he's like, what do you think? And I was like, nope.
Yeah.
He's like, what would you do? And I was like, I would just get you a little off balance.
Yeah.
I was like, but do you have you grappled? Have you fought? Have you done that? He's like, no. And I was like, yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's literally no way.
I'm choking you out.
I wouldn't even like, I was like, do you want to try? Do you want to see?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, of course not. And I was like, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If you have fought, you might get lucky. And I would have to protect myself pretty well because he's huge. Yeah. Right. But there's no way. Literally, there's no way. And I think about like Joe Rogan about like it's a superhero and all this stuff. And it's like, I wouldn't even worry, And he thought that was so funny. He was like, look at the size difference.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the best part about it.
Yeah.
Is that you believe that. I go, but when I'm saying to you, let's try, you're not willing to try.
Yeah.
So you don't actually believe.
Yeah.
You don't 100% believe that you're going to walk away from this unscathed.
Yeah.
He's like, well, no, maybe I'll get hurt. And I was like, that's why in my mind, I know I wouldn't get hurt. You wouldn't do anything to me to hurt me. And I probably would ruin your day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I even said, I know some places with padded rooms that we could go try this in.
We can go try this.
Like, no. And I was like, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is like, this is a superhero thing. But I also think it's superhero what it does to my brain, to my heart, to my spirit.
Yes.
To my controlness.
Yeah.
I believe. And I did tell him, I was like, look, I don't think I was a nice person all the time. I don't think like I'm a good teammate all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think that I'm always a good teammate. I think that as I've grown into my brown belt, I've learned how to become a really, really, really good teammate.
Yeah.
I don't get upset and I don't go searching to tune you up anymore. Yeah. But I think like leading up to that, I had those tendencies still. And I think that that's what a beautiful gift that we've been allowed to be a part of, because I think that I've grown as a man.
Yeah.
To just know, I'd fuck you up.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be but I also know that. Yeah. And I wouldn't I would probably hold him down and tickle him like I do with some of the other guys. Cover his mouth, like muffle choke his ass. And be like, see? I mean, it'd be literally, it wouldn't even be fun.
Yeah.
But I also know like I don't have to.
Yeah. That is the beautiful thing. I think as I was going through the darkest points of my divorce, like I quickly came to a point where I'm like, I didn't want to fight anymore outside of the gym. I knew I could get all the fight I needed inside of there.
Yeah.
was no fight really left in me unless things got wacky.
Yeah.
But I love that too. I love that you're in the moment, your head is clear, and you walk out, and for a little bit of a time, it does have a half-life. It's about 72 hours. It's about how long you should.
Of sparkly eyes.
It's sparkly eyes.
Yeah. And I can tell you this, as you get further in your belts.
42 hours maybe.
No, it goes so much longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I didn't train the whole time. I trained. So my goal was to train 7 days prior to leaving to Mexico. I was going to train every day. I missed 1 day because I got an assignment by my wife that I could not miss out on. And so I wasn't able to train. So I got 6 out of the 7 days. I left to Mexico. I didn't train. I don't eat bad in Mexico, but I definitely drink a lot of beer.
Vacationed. You vacationed.
Yeah. I don't eat, me, I don't have a bad stomach, so I don't eat crazy.
Yeah.
I don't eat a lot of sweets. I don't eat a lot of bullshit. I eat pretty clean still.
Yeah.
But I definitely drink my fair share of beer. When I got back, I trained yesterday. I taught a little bit yesterday with me and Mike Dearson. Shout out Mike Dearson. He's freaking amazing. He's so good. Took a couple classes for me, and I trained, and I felt amazing.
Yeah.
And it lasted. I still was thinking today about how some of the fun just some of the nuances that I was been working on that I was able to do during the open mat. And yeah, the love of jiu-jitsu just grows and grows and grows and grows. But white belt, blue belt, purple belt, those moments of like happiness are pretty fleeting. They could be a 3 minutes, awesome 3 minutes. Next round, horrible 3 minutes. And that's how fast life could be. Like, oh my God, this sucks. Yeah. Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Oh, this fucking sucks. Oh, this is great.
This is great.
Yeah. And I think that's how life is. Going back to, men's health and mental wellness is like, don't let this shit eat at you so much that you forget to be like, hey, I'm going to actually take a step back and be like, I'm going to put myself,
excuse me.
I'm going to put myself out there, and I'm going to try this.
Yeah. It is. It's sad to see when people get to that point. I even saw it in myself, right? Life was to me. Life was happening to me.
Yeah, you said that before.
Things were to me, right? It takes a legitimate mind change to go from life isn't happening, because to me is scarcity, right? Like that's what the whole, like everybody's scared about not having enough, right? Like, isn't that what capitalism wants us to believe? Isn't that what the government wants to believe, that there's not enough iPhones to go around? Yeah. Sure as shit. I bet you they'd sell one to everyone on the planet if they all had the cash.
Yeah.
There'd be enough.
Yep.
Yeah,
we'd figure out a way.
Yeah, we'd figure out a way.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so we're caught in this mindset of like, not enough, not enough, not enough. And when we allow that to drive our lives, it gets dark. How do you snap that? Like, luckily for us, we have jiu-jitsu, but if you don't have jiu-jitsu,
do you, I guess, would it be like, do you have an outlet,
right,
that challenges you so much that you're so willing to give it all? Sometimes it could be a job.
Sure.
Sometimes it could be your children.
Yeah.
Right.
Children.
A marriage.
Yeah.
I would hope it's, I would implore men to please don't put all your eggs into your wife. She'll never be able to carry that burden.
Yeah.
She'll never be able to be like, oh yeah, I'm your project. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But sometimes like growing a relationship, learning how to be a better man, husband, father can be challenging enough. Right. And then are you surrounding yourself with the people that are encouraging you to do those things on a daily basis, where you're like, no, this person challenges me, accepts me, and then also like encourages me to be a better person. And I think that for me, that's, I know that like currently our relationship is like, we're in this moment, and it's like this tumbling, laundry thing that's like, okay, beep, the buzzer went off. All right, Tyler's dry a little bit. Oh, no, he's not. Nope, he's got to go back in the dryer for a little bit, and that's okay. Like it has zero effect on me. It literally has zero effect on me as long as we have our conversations and we see each other and chat and you're present.
Yeah,
I
think we're probably closer to like tumbling rocks. Have you ever polished rocks?
Oh yeah,
and the
yeah,
rock
tumbling rocks. That's what I meant. Yeah. Nice.
We're gonna like
Yeah.
knock off each other. We're gonna, smooth out some corners and like, I need these interactions, right? Like when I thought about the whole purpose of this was like, how do I teach my son these lessons? How did I grow up as a, not that my father wasn't there. My father was working, right? Like he did what he needed to do, but then in the brokenness of a home, right, you're then reduced to the amount that I'm exposed to my father and with my mother more. And like, how do you become a man? What are the litmus tests of becoming a man when you grow up with a single mother in a world that will eat you alive? And mommy, all mommy wants to do is kiss your boo-boos and tell you everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. Well, man, talk about like, talk about giving that ownership. It's not like you can give an ownership of teach me how to be a man to your mother.
No.
They're not built for that.
No.
And if your dad is not present, or if your dad is, or the other thing that I think is encouraging your boys to be around strong men at all times.
Yeah.
And if I was going to tell you anything about Ben, it'd be like, put him around men that you're like, I like that quality. I like that quality.
Yeah.
And if he's around men that you don't like that quality around, limit. And Ben may fight back, but it's like, I don't care right now.
Yeah.
I'm doing this because in 10 years, you're going to be like,
you may care.
I'm so glad my dad did that, as opposed to be like, I wish my dad would have like not listened to me be a crybaby about shit.
Yeah.
Instead be like, no, fuck that. You're going. I don't care. Because back in the day, that's what they did. If you think about like, back in the Roman ages, you went to become a warrior, but you didn't go with your dad. You went with the other men that were there when you were an Indian.
Yeah.
To be with when your dad was done raising you. And you went with the other warriors and learned how to be. Yeah. Because they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You can still prey on your dad's kindness and feelings.
Yeah.
And I think that for us, we have to do that for our kids.
We're not doing them a service by like, buying them, whatever they want, whatever they need. Like, I'm not saying like, withhold, but I'm just saying that like, you have to get, this is my brain failing to function 100% of the time, but like, it's the external discipline that you need to provide them until they show you that they have the internal discipline.
For sure.
And it's teaching principles rather than forcing rules like law, right? I want you to understand the principle. That's why when Ben had his little fender bender, it wasn't, hey, I'm not mad that you got in the fender bender. I'm mad that there was no trust to call me and tell me that things were okay, that you didn't have the honor, and that we didn't have the trust in place. That to me is more important. What do we need to do to build that trust so that you can call me on this kind of stuff and tell me?
Those are two big things that I struggled with my boys. And I can tell you this, that what I've learned with both my boys is consistency is key.
Yeah.
Constantly being like, okay, you did it again, and I'm going to chew your ass. And guess what? Here comes your father.
Yeah.
But man, when they do give you some of that like glimpse of like, oh, I'm getting through. You're like, hey, this is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for sharing with me.
Yeah.
Misty was today when she was talking to Trip, she's like, oh, I hate when he cries. And I'm like, I fucking love when he cries.
Yeah.
And like you said, what'd you say?
Yeah. It's because he cares.
Because he cares.
Yeah.
Because he cares. And the dude put in all the time, all the work, and it didn't go the way that he's seen it going.
Mm-hmm.
In his mind, he's seen it going this way. It didn't go that way. It was emotional. He had a lot of emotion come out of it. And it was like, yeah, but guess what? In our sport, somebody gets their hand raised, somebody doesn't. But guess what?
Yep.
My family and friends love me regardless if I win or lose. It's not like people would have loved him more had he won or lose, right? That dude's friends and family, they don't care. They're gonna love him. He won, but it's not like everybody's like cheering around and like holding his hand up. No, it's like just one fleeting glimpse, a fleeting passing moment, right?
Right.
But then you go, okay, what did Tristan do?
Yeah.
Did he show up?
Yep.
Did he show out?
Yep.
And did he put on what you would consider his game?
Right.
For sure.
How did he represent the Okanyan name?
Yep.
Right. How did he represent the academy?
Right.
How did he represent himself? And that was, I hope he goes back and he watches that match to hear what the commentary was saying. Like, that's huge. Huge to say. He's bringing the sportsmanship. He's bringing this passion. Neither of these men want to, have it go to the cards. And they put on a show. They put on a show. And when you scramble, it was one of the most entertaining matches of the night. The rest of them were boring. 8 minutes of watching dude try to pass guard.
You get caught.
Yeah.
He stood up. He still raised the other dude's hand.
Hey,
thank you for fucking doing this battle with me.
Yeah.
And so consistency, me encouraging him to be around other men who will hold him to that consistency, right?
Yeah.
To hold him to the values that you actually have.
Yeah.
You and Tripp actually have, in my opinion, a good relationship for 47-year-old or 40, how old are you? 44-year-old man, 21-year-old man.
Yeah.
Right. You guys have an actual relationship with each other because he values your opinion. Plus he also values you as a friendship.
Yeah.
Right. So going forward, like when those men start to really struggle, guess what? There's going to be people around them that are going to lift them up and be like, hey, you know what? You're way more important here on this earth than not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of those interactions, single interaction changes everything.
Yep.
And it could change like months, years of interaction. Because think about what the interactions that you've had, how much different your life is now if you didn't have those things going through what you went through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Divorce, death.
Yeah.
The gauntlet of shit.
Yeah.
Serious disease diagnosis.
Yeah.
To one single fucking man.
Yeah.
And guess what? The world says,
well, nobody gives a shit.
Nobody gives a shit.
Nobody gives a shit.
No, it's not like every day I'm like, man, God, poor Tyler.
It's so funny. I got a handicap parking pass.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, how'd you get a handicap parking pass? And I was like, I really just think I was in a bad mood and I caught the doctor in like this awkward position where she was like, he's obviously upset. How can I make him feel better? And so I kind of guilted her into giving me a handicap parking pass.
Every time I see it, I think, how the fuck do you have a handicap parking pass?
It is like I am not meeting any serious women with parking the grocery store parking lot and hopping out in my handicap pass.
Oh my God.
My dad loves it.
Yeah. I love it.
Now it's Ben took one to school, so he is at the school in the handicap spot.
Good for him.
And I'm like, well, yeah, so it is what it is, man. Consistency. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just gotta find your way back to it.
Yeah, keeping consistency, regardless of if it's like every week but if it's like, no, I'm gonna every opportunity I get to be consistent.
Yeah,
I'm going to be consistent. Speaking of, so during the camp, Terry was doing push-ups.
Yeah,
do you remember that?
Yeah.
100 push-ups a day.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, I'm going to start that.
Yeah.
So I started during the camp. I still am. I'm doing 100 push-ups a day, at least for a year, potentially even longer. But I thought, you know what else? Push-ups are great, but I'm also going to do squats. So I do 100 push-ups a day, 200 squats a day, every day. I've done it. Now, mind you, even in Mexico, when you're like, oh my God, I cannot do this.
Yeah.
I still did 100 push-ups, 200 squats. And it's just my own accountability.
Are you doing them right in a row or are you breaking them out throughout the day?
I can do 100 push-ups in a row.
Yeah.
They're not, and they're not perfect formed push-ups. And I change like how my hand positions are. They're not perfect formed squats. I do have changed to split squats. But the other day, Terry showed a picture and he was like, dude, I've been doing this for 3 or 4 months and look at the difference in my body.
Yeah.
And I looked in the mirror and I was like, there is a significant difference in my body from doing these things.
Just calisthenics.
Just literally squats, push-ups.
Yeah.
A legitimate difference in my body. So I was talking to that with Preston. Preston started doing them, right? Trip has subsequently started doing push-ups and sit-ups a day. Push-ups and squats. And consistently, if you do them, if you do them every day, they are not, it's sometimes boring. You know, I've still got to go home and do mine tonight. Currently, I have 4,900 push-ups and 8,800 squats.
Dang.
Since July 21st was my first day, and I'm on September 6th. Yeah. I've been doing them since then. And it goes into my learning how to do like Google Sheets and do Excel stuff. And yeah, so I would encourage everybody, if you want to start something, if you're looking to start something, just do push-ups. Just do push-ups and squats, and let me know. I would like to know also, like, hey, how does your body feel? What, like, do you see a difference? Do you feel a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like significant difference.
Interesting.
And going back to our consistency or just starting something, it was so simple to start it.
Yeah. There's nothing. Yeah. There's no excuse. No excuse other than
it takes you 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes Preston was saying that he does his 10 groups of 10 for his push-ups. And I think he said groups of 20s for his squats.
Yeah.
I would encourage you. I would like to see, if you're looking to start something, just start that, and then let me know what you think. In a couple months, we'll come back and we'll see if you're staying consistent. Keep track of it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's amazing.
Okay.
There's a huge difference.
I'll do it.
Yeah. What else you got gonna come up?
That's it, man. Just it's the summer feels like it's over, man. I traveled so hard that it's like now we get into fall.
Yeah, we're gonna be back on the bus in fall.
Yeah,
doing our fall bus.
Yeah,
through the snow. I am competing October 16th.
Got that
for Grappling Industries. I'm gonna do February, and then currently I told Mike that I will do a super fight for the camp.
Hell yeah! Wow,
that's an announcement out there. I know he'll do what he can to get me a fight, but yeah, I'm going to compete.
Gonna compete at this.
I was the last couple of weeks watching Trip and my Nick the last two times, just stepping up. Trip tonight, it just was like, you know what? I don't want them guys out there by themselves.
Yeah.
I want to be out there representing the academy. I know a bunch of guys are competing in October. Yeah. I know most people are planning to know about February, planning to compete February.
Yeah.
I hope there'll be some other guys that step up and get some super fights for the next camp. Yeah. There's still so much. We still have to talk about,
dude. So much.
We still have to talk about camp fights.
Camp fights.
My trip to Mexico. And what else? I mean, there's so much that we've got to cover.
Yeah, Durango. We have I
forgot you guys went to Durango.
I put nearly 5,000 miles on my car in August.
Dude, when I got here, I was upstairs and I seen this picture. I was like, oh my gosh, Tyler, is that your dad? And then here's his dad with Tyler as a 1-year-old.
Yep.
And talk about like a good looking family, like your mom and your dad and you guys with your blonde hair. And then there's a picture of Nick, with your family. Is like, man, what a cool thing to see.
I mean, I didn't know I had pictures of my first birthday. Like so that was one of the shocking things. Like when Cammie and I got married, she was like, you don't have any pictures of yourself. Yeah. I'm like, they're out there. Just took me 20 years to find them.
Yeah. Sponsorship shout outs. We do have Mountain Elite Massage. Go see Misty, Crystal Joy and them. Mm-hmm. They are they're big supporters of Tyler and I. If you mention them, if you mention us, the podcast, they'll give you probably a discount as long as you're talking to Misty and Abby, which is the person that takes care of everything.
Or at least a bottle of water.
They got the salt room, the sauna.
Yeah.
They've got foot soak. If you want to make a day of it with your wife, they've got all that stuff. The therapists they have now are second to none. I've heard so many rave reviews. I heard they were #1 in Google for Heber Valley, which is huge because of the level of market that we have here because of Park City, and then we have Heber. We just have all these things.
Yeah.
I did get an invite onto a podcast, Salt Electrolytes. You know, the guy that was there.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, I'll be on that podcast.
Nice.
I'm going to be working to try to get some sort of back and forth where he's coming on our podcast and then try to work out some other deals with him.
Nice.
Yeah, we're just, I think that this is just another moment. And before long, we're going to be like, people are going to be knocking on our doors trying to be, one, try to fight the shit out of us. Two, maybe be our sponsorships. And yeah, I'm so grateful for you. Shout out to Chacos, because look at Tyler's Chacos. If you're ever on the YouTube, dude has the 6 shoe game right now. I've heard him get a lot of comments on that. Chacos, we'd love to have you guys sponsor us.
Custom made, man. Custom made.
We are hippie line. Say it again.
Yeah. What? Oh.
Remember you called it the hippie line?
Oh yeah, we're hoping for that. No, this is Jesse's word.
Hippie tan line or something.
Hippie tan line, dirty hippie tan. He's got a word for it. We haven't even talked about Jesse.
I know. We
need to get him on the show.
We need to get Jesse on
here.
here.
We got so much to do. We got work to do.
We have guests. We have life. We have all these things, and we're going to get back to being consistent.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure that every man knows that he has a purpose in this life, and he just needs to find it.
Yep.
And as long as you stay consistent, as long as you keep fighting, go find a jiu-jitsu academy. Find some friends and families that will push you to be the best that you can be through all bullshit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so thank you. Thanks for tonight.
Thank you.
It was fun. We had a good time.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Always.
Trip.
Always.
Nick. So proud of you guys.
Yes.
We love you guys. Park City Jiu-Jitsu. Come check us out. Come hang out. And Professor Mike and Mona, thank you so much for never closing the doors.
Never.
Let's go.
All right.
See you
Cheers,
guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Rise up and turn it back.